Entitled religious woman tries to steal my dog after calling me a Satanist. Don't miss out on the fun. Hit subscribe button and join our community for more stories like this one. This happened just today and a friend of mine instantly told me to put it on either r/entitled people or r/insane people. Also forgive me if this is long, there's quite a few details. Now for context, I was at the park where there's a fenced area for your dogs to run off their leashes. I have a very old leather bag I was gifted from my great aunt. I'm also a rising Harry Potter fan, so I have made colored glass bottles filled with dyed glue at home to mimic potions from the books. I also keep a small black sketchbook I draw in occasionally whenever I go to the park, and I was collecting some flowers and leaves in an empty jar to take home for a dried book press as a gift for my grandmother, all while my sweet puppy was playing. Cue a lady walking by who asked me some questions about my dog and what I was doing. You can tell by the title this is where it goes south. So the lady, we'll call her CL for Crazy Lady. Me is obvious enough. The CL saw me with the jar I had just taken out of my bag and watched me pop the cork and pick some yellow flowers and put them in. CL, why are you putting those in a jar like that? Me, oh, I was just collecting them in here to keep them from getting messed up in my bag. CL, you've got a dark vibe about you. Are you religious in any way? Mind, I was wearing jeans, a blue flannel and a black t-shirt about zombies. That's probably why she got vibes. Me, I'm sorry. I don't mean anything by it, but I don't go to church or really have any religion. CL, so you abandoned the Lord. Me, excuse me, CL, you're a witch then. Why else would you be gathering leaves and shit? It took a lot to keep from busting out laughing. It was about this time my puppy noticed the new person and came bounding over to say hello. I tried to catch her to stop her from jumping, but she was too hyper to grab. CL, you're disgusting. You're openly doing all this in public. I bet you're going to do something horrible to that poor dog. Me, are you accusing me of wanting to hurt my own dog? CL, people like you shouldn't have a dog. You're probably going to use the poor baby in some awful ritual or something. I was genuinely confused for a bit until the lady came through the gate and started trying to catch my pup by the collar. Thankfully, my hyper ball of fur was now doing donuts around her and took off to the other side of the dog park. But by then I was defensive and shocked by this lady. Me, what do you think you're doing? CL, you don't deserve a dog if you're going to do those monstrous things to it. You don't need such a sweet thing if you're going to worship the devil. Now I am not Wiccan, though some things I find interesting to learn or anything this lady accused me of. But this lady, your classic southern religious woman complete with a let me see the manager haircut, had still managed to get me upset even though I'm not a fan of conflict. I was also scared what she'd do if she actually caught my dog. Thinking fast, I decided on something. I pulled my little black sketchbook out and started aggressively chanting the Irish word for seaweed, one of the few words I know, at her while pointing in her face. The woman's face paled and she took off down the park track to where I'm guessing her friends were. I saw her pass by about 20 minutes after this happened, but she wouldn't even look at me. I usually don't get far speaking up for myself face to face with people, but I am more than willing to do it to protect the things I love. Especially my pup, who's practically my child. I admit there was probably other ways to solve this problem, but at least now we can all have a good laugh about it. Edit. I posted a picture of my pup if anyone is interested in seeing her. Comments. If she managed to catch your puppy and start walking away, then you could have said that she was being sinful by stealing it. The spell was ineffective. Her brain is already at seaweed level. Oh Lord, she actually thought you were gonna curse her. Geez, what a dumbass. Everyone knows that curses aren't real. Well, there are a few to question. That was an awesome way to handle an entitled crazy lady. I'm Wiccan BTW, and I think it's hilarious when people ignorantly accuse me of being a Satanist. I actually agree with the morals of Satanism as well. Lol. I laughed at the part where you were chanting the Irish word for seaweed. I guess Karen repellent is seaweed. Wiccans aren't Satanist. This personally offends me when people say that. Are you a Wiccan or a Satanist? Because I want to learn more about both. I am Wiccan. I don't believe in the devil. Small fun fact. Weird thing is, an actual religious Satanist don't believe in Satan either. It's just stereotypical and kinda old-fashioned for the whole worship Satan thing. I learned quite a bit about this from a friend that is fully and wholeheartedly a Satanist by religion. Fun fact, Satanists are actually pretty chill. They don't actually believe in the devil, and many of them are actually atheists, but they use the satanic symbols to represent their group, as the core beliefs mainly center on the separation of church and state along with the freedom of all religions, not just Christianity. Yes, bitch, put that hoe in her place. Nobody takes your pupper. As a witch, I am offended on so many levels, and trying to take your dog just adds on top. I go to church and I found this story hilarious. Guess the old woman has never heard of Irish Gaelic before. How does one go from abandoning God to immediately being a witch? Just how? What is this logic? I mean, aren't Wiccans just kinda like foresty people and nature-worshipy people? To a sense, yes. I have a friend who is beginning Wicca. They are all about the energies that's in nature and things like that. I bet she was trying to use the Satan worshipper card to take your dog and keep her for her own entitled ass kids. Subscribe and hit the bell button for the best Reddit stories available.